Canadian TikTok content creators who make a living by using the social media app are concerned about growing calls worldwide to ban it. The bans were introduced over fears that its Chinese owner may allow user data to be handed over to China's government. Lawmakers from Canada, the US, and many other countries have banned the app from government devices. Vancouver TikTok creator Sonia Ong has 9.2 million followers on the video hosting service and says the app's reach is unparalleled. Stand-up comedian and actor Darcy Michael says if governments ban one app, then they should ban them all. Well, joining us now to discuss these TikTok bans is Brendan Caldwell, director of Caldwell Securities Ltd. Brendan, welcome back to Forum Daily. Oh, there we are, practicing our TikTok dances. Oh, you're a TikTok star, Brendan.
Ready. I am ready for this, Nima. I'm all in.
I could tell, Brendan. Now, can you give us a bit of a background into why governments are banning, including Canada's and the US, why these governments are banning TikTok from government-issued devices?
It's really simple. They're saying that China has access to their data. Those guys are crooks. They're stealing your data. Give us a chance. So it's not that the government is stealing the data or using your data or whatever. It's that the Chinese government's doing it, not Western governments. Full stop, end of discussion. That's it. So now they have a point. China's not been acting like our friend over the last little while, Canada in particular, but it's really a question of which government has control over the data. You've seen suggestions to solve the problem is just simply sell TikTok, or I think it's a subsidiary is called ByteDance, to an American company, and then it'll all be fine. So it's not the app in specific or how young or old the users are, but who has access to the data. And Western governments aren't terribly comfortable with the Chinese government having a right of first refusal, if you will.
Very interesting, Brendan. Now, it seems that governments and companies can ban apps on corporate and government phones, but what about privately owned cell phones? What are some of the legal stipulations around banning an app on private devices?
It's a stretch. I mean, yeah, if you own the device as a company, as a government, you get to decide what goes on your device that you own, or if it's on your network, you get to decide what goes on your network. But banning particular social media outlets is really something that totalitarian governments actually do. Now, I'm not on any social media at all, not even LinkedIn, not on any social media, I should say, except Ancestry, because I'm closer to their age than I am to most social media users' age. So other than talking to the dead online, I really don't use it. But it's the way that all young people communicate. And I don't know, it seems like a bit of a tempest in the teapot, because once upon a time it was Facebook, then it was Twitter, now the Instagram or the Snapchats or the different ones. Every medium has its moment. And to say, well, I'm going to ban this one, it's kind of like in the dawn of the printing press, when they were going to ban a particular book. So they bought up all the books and burned them. And of course, that just gave more money to the publishers to print more books. So banning apps and banning books are sort of one and the same a little bit, because it all is about the control of people's thoughts. And I think if the printing press didn't convince the Western world that we can't control people's thoughts, hopefully the internet has said, well, maybe the internet can be used to control people's thoughts, but banning it won't make it any better.
All right, Brendan, just about a minute left here. But in terms of data collection, we've learned that TikTok isn't the only app that does have access to personal information on your phones. And shocking now, and a lot of this has to do with some of the permissions you allow these apps to have on your phone. So do you have any advice for our viewers in terms of better protecting their data?
I should have brought it as a prop. I still have my BlackBerry, Nima, because I do think, whether it's psychologically or not, BlackBerry was always the gold standard of privacy and protection and security. It's why the US federal government used it and only BlackBerries for so long. The more you give the world access to your data, the more they will make use of it. And it's been many years now that governments, companies, metadata, megadata can access what it is you do and what it is you think. So less is more. Again, I'm not on any social media apps, but I'm old. I don't know how better to advise the young people than perhaps if you don't want the whole world to see it, maybe you shouldn't make it as available.